Assalamualaikum and a very good day to our panel. Let me introduce my name first. My name is Arina Sofia binti Muhammad FAUZI and with my partner.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is ATIQAH binti Muhammad ANUAR. Today, we will present our research topic, the factor that influence recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah and supervised by our believer lecturer Sir ADNAN bin AMINUDDin. So now we will proceed on the background of the study. The total of the solid waste being increased day by day as the world population increase. This is because solid waste is produced by human daily activities. International municipal solid waste generation is estimated to have increased by 70% to 3.4 billion metric ton by 2050 because of the rapid urbanization and population increase. Worldwide, the average amount of the garbage generated per person per day is 0.74 kilogram. As reported by Kazana Research Institute, the household in Malaysia produce 6.1 million ton per year, which made up 44.5% of the comprehensive solid waste. According to Bernama 2022, most Malaysians did not aware of the issue of the high garbage being generated every day. For example, in Malaysia, recycling rate is 24.6% and 2021 reached around 31.5%, which is still low. The theory of brain behavior is commonly used to explain intention or the behavior of the people to do or not to do. Now we move to the problem statement. Malaysia suffer from the lack of waste management system to deal with the amount of the plastic waste in Malaysia due to the high population in Kuala Lumpur, and the government is still looking for solution for the problem of the local government service as well as the lack of waste management method. In this content, students also do not care the awareness and do not care about the waste disposal and environmental care. Based on Tahir 2021, lack of knowledge and awareness has a negative impact on the younger generation as well as university students. The involvement of the student in dealing with the environment problem is less exposed. Among students in terms of the solid waste management, there is no awareness and attitude to spread garbage according to the 3 colors of the garbage bins provided by the university. The university student produce 0.275 kg of garbage each day on average. The type of solid waste collected were paper, aluminium, glass or plastic. Food waste is the most abundant. Based on the information of the result in Akhbar 2015, the amount of the solid waste generated in the university region is predicted to be 6,5,900 kg each year.
Now we move on to the research question. In this research consists of 5 research questions. Research question number 1, what is the level of recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah, which focus on dependent variable which is recycling intention. Research question number 2, does attitude influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah? Focus on IV, which is independent variable attitude and dependent variable recycling intention. Research question number 3, does the subjective norm influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah? Emphasize on IV and DV, which is subjective norm and recycling intention. Research question number 4, does perceived behavior control influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah? Focus on IV and DV, which is perceived behavioral control and recycling intention as TV. Research question number 5, what is the most dominant factor that influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah? The variable here involve IV and DV. There is focus on IV from attitude, subjective norms and perceived behavioral control. Next, research objective. In this research consists of 5 research objectives. Research objective number 1, to study the level of recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Research objective number 2, to determine whether attitude influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Research objective number 3, to determine whether subjective norms influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Research objective number 4, to determine whether perceived behavioral control influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Research objective number 5, to study the dominant factor that influence recycling intention among final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Basically, research objective is related with the research question.
Now we proceed to the conceptual framework. A conceptual framework showing attitude, subjective norm and perceived behavior control as the factor that influence the recycling intention among finance semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Conceptual framework used to show the relationship between the dependent variable and independent variable that is related with the research studies. The research study is the independent variable was attitude, subjective norm and perceived behavior control that will be related with the dependent variable which is the recycling intention.
Move on to the research methodologies. The first one is the research design. We use the quantitative method, which is the survey was most effectively carried out by distributing a questionnaire to respondents via Google Form. Next, unit or level of analysis. We focus on the final semester students from FSPPP in UiTM Kedah were selected as the respondent. Furthermore, the sample size. In this research, the population size and sample size is the same, which is 121 final semester students were selected in this research. Furthermore, sampling technique. We use the census technique. Census technique is referred to the quantitative research technique in which the entire population is counted, which is no one is excluded. Next, measurement. We use the questionnaire, which is we divided into 5 sections. Section A, Section B, Section C, D and also E. Researcher also using the Likert scale, which is strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree and strongly disagree. The last one is data analysis. We use the descriptive analysis, Pearson correlation and also multiple regression. It is to answer this statistical method, the researcher will use the Pearson correlation to run the study on testing the relationship, the dependent variable and also independent variable.
We move to the finding on research objective 1 to study the level of recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Based on the result, it showed that the most recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah is mean score 4.40. Refer to the category mean by Zakaria and Bukit 2013 show that the value of the average score for the level of recycling behavior among final semester student in UiTM Kedah is 4.31. This result show that the final semester student AM228 is high in level of recycling intention. The next finding is the research objective 2 to determine whether attitude influence recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah. According to the result, that there are moderate relationship between attitude and recycling intention among final semester student, with R value is 0.689. Thus, the H1 is accepted. It can be proven that recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah has a significant and positive relationship. The finding can be supported by the AZNI 1991. The intention is the most influential predictor in behavior. Due to this, people are far more likely to participate in the recycling event when they have a clear motivation. It shows that positive attitude such as motivation can strengthen their intention to act in recycling.
Finding 3 refers to the third research objective, which is to determine whether subjective norms influence recycling intention among final semester students at AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Based on the results, the R value is 0.746. It shows that there was strong positive relationship between subjective norms and recycling intention among final semester students at AM228 in UiTM Kedah. The p-value is 0.000 less than 0.05. Therefore, the ATIQAH H1 is accepted. Link 4 refers to the research objective number 4, which is to determine whether perceived behavioral control influence recycling intention among final semester students at AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Based on the result, shows that there is a moderate relationship between perceived behavioral control and recycling intention among final semester students at AM228 in UiTM Kedah, which the R value is 0.672, the P value is 0.000 less than 0.05. Therefore, the ATIQAH H1 is accepted. Lastly, finding number 5 for fifth research objective is to study the dominant factor that influences recycling intention among final semester students at AM228 in UiTM Kedah. Based on the result, present that the subjective norms is the dominant factor that influences recycling intention among final semester students at AM228 in UiTM Kedah. This is because among the three independent variables, subjective norms have the highest value of standardized beta, which is 0.394, with the p-value 0.000, lower than 0.05.
There are several recommendations. The first one is a university rules. By adopting education and recycling activity, the university and the other Malaysia higher education institution could improve student attitude regarding the recycling intention among students. The higher education institution need to design an effective recycling campaign to promote recycling behaviour. For example, education program message. Furthermore, the university need to conduct recycling activity, improve student understanding and awareness of recycling. As a result, allowing students is implement any program, particularly the recycling program, can ensure that they are aware and crucial about recycling toward environment. For example, the program conducts a seminar or discussion is with professional speaker on the environmental is invited from the Department of Environmental or any non-government organisation NGO. The next recommendation is family roles. Based on the Rosland and Site 2022, family background is one of the factors that influence recycling activities among students. Supposedly, the roles of family members are demonstrate excellent behaviour by performing all actions exactly as directed. Thus, by the teaching the children on how to recycle and also allow the children to join any activity related to the recycling program, so that they will know and understand what the recycling innovative can apply at the university.
To the research limitation. The first research limitation is methodological approach. Through the use of the web survey method, indirectly miss the respondent through intent. This is because some of them will respond favorably rather than according to what they really mean. We need an actual observation such as an interview method so we can immediately understand how their attitude can influence the recycling intention. However, in order to avoid COVID-19 outbreak, we use online surveys such as Google Form and distribute to the final semester students AM228 in UiTM Kedah through social media platform. The second research limitation is quantitative method. Quantitative method cannot analyze the perspective in the research as there was limitation of the finding. This is because quantitative research is more scientific and observational, whereas quantitative research is based on data.
The last slide is conclusion. The main purpose of the finding is to identify the extent of the factor influencing recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah. It has been discovered that there is a high level of statistical norm final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah with the availability of recycling intention as the independent variable of the study. In addition, it has been confirmed that the subjective norm is the most dominant factor that influence recycling intention among final semester student AM228 in UiTM Kedah. So we will end our presentation. Thank you so much.